Welcome to SWPL Gaming, where together we build up and add to an already great handheld gaming community. So you might already be aware, Arcade Console Company have now released their aluminium version of the Rk2020. But before we get into that, I just want to say the first 5 comments on this video will get a mention in my next video. So yeah, man, the aluminium version looks okay. It looks all right. It's good to see that the company are now trying to compete with the likes of Anbernic with their metal version. And honestly, I think metal versions or aluminium versions of handheld gaming devices is actually the way forward. Let's take a look at the front of this device. It looks nice, it looks sleek, the color's nice. These are the clearest pictures that I could get hold of. But yeah, it looks decent. I like what they've done with the button layout here. So you've got your A, B, X, Y in various colors, A, B in red, B yellow, blue and green, and so on. The start and select buttons I think are embedded as well, which is good. I'm not sure if they're going to be colored in white or if that's just an image that they've just allowed it to be, but that's great. When you look at the bottom of the device, you can obviously see your TF card slot there, and I believe that's your speaker at the bottom right here. And there's a little something missing. What's missing, you say? On the older version, we had the useless reset button that didn't do anything, and they've done away with that. They've taken it off completely, so that's great. When you look at the top, it's exactly how it was before. You know, you got your trigger buttons left and right. You've got your USB there. You've got your USB Type-C insert for your charging, headphone jack, and obviously the power button. All of those things remain the same. Now, let's look at the back of the device. Major differences at the back of the device. As you can see there, they've got some handle grips right here. I wonder where they got that idea from. I ain't saying anything in it. Say nothing in it. But look, it's on there, and obviously it makes for a better handheld holding experience. But yeah, look, it's on there and they're being a little bit more considerate. So as you can see, they have made a few extra improvements, but that's not all. You know, they're promising a few things. So what they're saying is there's going to be faster charging for the device, which, yeah, it does take quite a while to recharge. It is slow, man, in regards to that. But if you've got time and patience, it ain't that big of a deal. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal with me. You can charge it when the unit is switched off, which is awesome. That is something that a lot of people had troubles with. I mean, with mine, my fix around it was you couldn't switch off the unit first. What I had to do is obviously have the unit on, plug it in, then power it down, and that enabled for it to charge. But there was no kind of light or anything at the back to show that it was actually charging, but it was doing it. Apparently there's been some issues around overheating. They're claiming that they fixed that. Again, I never had much of an issue in regards to devices overheating. I guess if it's hot, it's time to switch it off, man. just switch it off and find something else to do with your time in it. But hey, that's what it is. They're also talking about the shoulder buttons not being as annoying in regards to how loud the clicks are. Now, I don't know how they're going to reduce that, or, you know, reduce the sound of how clicky it is, as long as you still get some kind of, you know, satisfaction of when you are pressing the actual buttons, and that it does feel like, you know, you are actually pressing something and doing something. Unlike some handhelds out there that when you press the buttons, it just feels like complete nothingness. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, the power. You know, what can it actually do? Nothing more than what its predecessor could do. The power is exactly the same. So they're still running same chipset. There's been no changes in regards to that. It's going to emulate the same devices that it was able to emulate before. And what that means is it's still going to have issues running some titles like God of War, N64. It's going to have a few issues in regards to controlling issues. A lot of those things are not going to be changed. You're running the exact same system as it had done before. It would be great if they could fix something like that, but they're not going to do it. It would mean that it would be a whole new device, and that would just be the case. So yeah, you know, carrying over from its predecessor, it's going to carry the same issues with it. You know, that's where you're really going to have to consider to yourself, is it worth buying this? For those of you that haven't got the device, then this is a no-brainer, man. Just, you know, do your thing, go get the item, innit? But for those of us that already have it, is this worth it? I mean, as a collector, probably going to get one anyway, just for collecting's sake. But if you're not a collector and you just like gaming, you want to keep it simple, you probably don't want to go down that route. But hey, look, to each their own, innit? There are other handhelds that are on the way that are going to have a little bit more power, that will enable you to do a lot more things or a few more extra things, which is great for us to look forward to. But, you know, is the company really listening to what the people want? You know, as a consumer, what I would like to see is Rk release another device which has a bigger screen perhaps, and just a bit more oomph, a bit more kick in regards to the chipset and power wise, so that we can run PSP titles without having any issues really, you know. And it just seems like other devices out there are able to do this, and Rk2020 with the chipset that they've got, they're obviously still having trouble. But look, it is what it is. But I'm just saying, as a consumer, I'd like to have a bigger screen and a little bit more power, so the titles that I do have on the device run flawlessly straight out the box. I don't want to have any issues tinkering or tampering with it or making any kind of amendments. Just ready out the box. That's what I would like as a consumer. You know, let me know what you think in the comments below. Going forward, what is it that the people want? Let me know your thoughts, and hopefully maybe Rk will take a look at this and be like, do you know what? Let's make that. Let's give the people what they want. You know, when you look at Rk2020 Pocket 2, I'm not comparing, I'm just saying in regards to what the people want, Rk2020 Pocket 2, that device there, they seem to be doing what the people are looking for. They seem to be giving the people what they want. And that's a good way to go. You know, every other brand should, you know, take note of that and do that going forward. Thanks for tuning in. And above all, I hope you liked the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.